Love
Yeah,
made me like my spouse. Y'all haven't gotten to that point, right?
hey.
The honeymoon, I think, is semi over. Yeah.
Really?
The
Okay.
honeymoon stage. I mean, it's always a honeymoon stage, but you know, we find them little nicks and crannies, little peaks and valleys sometimes.
Right, right, right. Wait until y'all hit year 25.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's like when you know a person like the back of your hand, man.
that's what she
And
said.
it still don't happen. No, you still don't know. No, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Well,
still
he's
don't
now
know.
in the senior facility. Just kidding. I visit him from time to time.
You
All
be old
right,
like me.
let's get ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Trying to wait a couple more people get on here for us, man. Listen, this is gonna be this one for the ages right here.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's gonna be a good one right here, man. I'm excited to I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see and hear from my brother.
Well, we get to hear some valuable advice from you guys.
Mhm.
You know
Hey, I got some.
how to make
Oh
one.
my God. That's
I I got some. So how we sounding on y'all end? Y'all we good to go? I'm trying to learn how to do this mic and stuff. Our pastor
No,
called and said, our pastor called us and said, y'all need to get the mics and stuff on and make sure the store is closed because we usually do it with the. I like it. I like to go live when people hear us in our element. I can't be
oh yeah,
married,
yeah, yeah.
business, and ministry,
okay.
and I'm not in the business, and I'm not in my element. Does it make a lot of noise and distractions? Sure, it
Yeah.
does. But you see us in our element of what it is that we do on a daily basis, which is what I love. Uh, so we're gonna dive into this thing, man. Y'all ready?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. Can
All
you make a
right.
bigger?
You're mean. I want to be close to you.
Facebook, we're about to get ready, man. This one right here is about to be a doozy. We want you guys to go on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Marriage, Business, and Ministry. All right. So we're going to get into our opening. My name is Kelvin,
And I'm Latanya.
and we
We're
are
the
the
Doolies.
Doolies. We're trying to get this thing down packed, man. We'll go fast, and then I'll go fast on the next one, but we'll get it right. And this is Marriage, Business, and Ministry. We got it down packed that go around. Listen, tonight's going to be a phenomenal one, man. I was on Facebook about a week or two, like almost 2 weeks ago, and one of the pastors, I've been knowing her for a number of years. And she's always sharing her relationship. Hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing? Always sharing her relationship and how much she loves her husband. They've been together about, I think they just celebrated 7 years, but she's always giving affirmation about her husband. And this time she said something. I don't know if it was their anniversary or they were just talking. Her name is Ginger, um, and she said on the caption, she said, "I've learned how to like the man I love," type of thing. And I said, man, that just made so much sense because a lot of times we don't think about it from that perspective. That yeah, I love her, but there's times in our relationship, man, I just don't like her, man. I really don't like her, and it goes. But hey, what's up, family? How y'all doing? Welcome. I miss you
Yeah.
guys too, man. And there's times that we don't. There's times that we go through. Times we go through life, and we have to learn how to re-like the one we love. So with that being said, man, one of my man, it's been almost 20 years since we have actually fellowshiped together. We was in Tucson, Arizona. I found him, or we bumped into each other. I don't know if it was a youth conference or something we were at, and it
Yeah,
has
yeah.
something to do with the youth. Has something to do with the youth, and he did his BIBLE rap for me. And man, I was in love with him ever since. And he was just such a humble, quiet guy, man. Loved the Lord. He loved what he do. He loved the youth that we were in, not just his group, but he loved our youth as well. And not just that, man. We actually became. I felt like we came like a little group, man. Me, you, Ryan. There was several of us, man. It was. I think we had about 40, 50 kids that was working together, man. It was an awesome thing, man. We did the first conference, Battleground. You remember Battleground?
Yeah, Battleground City.
We did Battleground, and then when we left, we gave it over to Ryan, and Ryan turned it into Battleground City, and it went whatever direction it went in. But tell us a little bit about you, Greg, man. And first and foremost, man, thank you and your beautiful wife for coming on, being with us, man. And just tell us a little bit about y'all, man.
Back then I was doing gospel rap music, and we used to go all over fellowshipping with different youth and stuff like that. And I think it was like one of the youth conference I came and performed, and you got that song stuck in your head. And every time I would see you, you're like, hey, Mr. B-I-B-L-E. And then we kind of connected off of that, and just doing ministry over the years with that. It was just a blessing to work with different youth groups and travel and get to do music. And from then I transitioned kind of out of that and started doing ministry. So I'm preaching because I started to get to that age where I didn't want to be rapping no more. I didn't, what I'm saying? So I was like, I just started ministering more, and now I'm an elder at my church. We go to Agape Christian Community Church, and my wife Kenya, I met her actually at church. That's how we met. It was like the end of the year service, and she came in, and we met at church. I don't want to give it all the details, but yeah, we met at church. We locked eyes. In my mind, I'm like, well, if she come back next week, then I'm trying to talk to her or whatever. And that's how it happened. That's the short version of it. And then ever since then we've been locked in. But I'll let her introduce herself and.
I'm Kenya. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
I'm a
Kenya.
Tucson native. I'm also a K through 12 principal at a school for autism. This is my 8th year there, and it's my 5th year as a director. And I started off originally as a teacher for 3 years before transitioning into my current position. I'm also a current student, so I am in my doctorate right now, finishing up this year. So I'm excited about that. So no more school. Done a lot of school. But yeah, my faith journey has been, I don't want to say I didn't grow up in the church, so I will start there, because a lot of people ask me, like, how did you find Christ? And it's like, well, I didn't grow up in the church. My dad's side of the family is very big in the church. So when I was, obviously in my I would say like middle school, like I would go to church on and off when I would visit my dad's side of the family. And so that's kind of how I slowly but surely got introduced into the church world. And I've had, make a long story short, I've had a lot of different experiences in my walk with Christ. It's still a ever growing experience. But I did have angel experiences throughout. So that kind of like woke me up. I will say that. So where at first I was a jerk. I didn't believe in the Bible, like the whole angel stories, demons. I thought that was all fake. Not fake, but like only biblical, if that makes sense, because it didn't happen to me. And when it did happen to me, that was where like I grew, my relationship actually got more curious as far as like, who is this God? What is this Bible about? And so forth. And along the way, God has introduced me to very special people. I had a roommate in college. She would do Bible studies every Tuesday. So then I started to get curious and have Bible studies with her. And so God has been amazing. It's, like, just like I said, over the years, like I just kind of grew more and more into my word, and God has just been faithful. And that's what's kept me, all this time. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Autistic principal. Is the entire school autistic?
it's Autism Academy for Education and Development. So there is a location here in Tucson, Arizona, and then there's 6 other locations in Phoenix in the Valley, and there's an online campus as well. Yeah.
Interesting. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get into that that field of education? Is it a field, or is it just a I don't know what you.
Yeah, it's the educational sector. It is a field. I've always loved working with children. So, growing up, I worked at preschool. So that's, that kind of got me into that experience, and I did enjoy that. Over time, I was in the elementary field and then working with kids with autism as a teaching assistant. So I was a teaching assistant for about 6, 7 years. And then I took a little break. I was a case advocate for teen moms, and then I worked at group homes with teens. So I always was in that realm of like helping the youth in some way, shape, or form. And I always went back to the school or what have you. So over time, like I said, it was just more and more experience. And then I'm like, oh, like, let me go back to school, get my degree, and see about this whole teaching thing. I didn't think I would teach that short of a time. Like, I wanted to give myself more time. But the way that, I would say God worked it out was like, no, it's time for you to step into a leadership role. And so I was nervous, but my family was very supportive. Like, if you don't do it now, when are you, like, it was,
Right.
God was presenting an opportunity to me to step into the role. And over time, our school was very, like, we had low ratings. And then over, like, in a short amount of time, I got us to like a 4.9 school, 5-star school, because I started doing like little implementations and stuff that I was learning in my schooling. And that's kind of, like I said, it just worked itself out that way. And here I am 8 years later at this school. I didn't think I'd be there that long, but
Right.
I mean, here I am still doing it. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, God's will is greater than our will and our desires.
Mhm.
And He puts us in
God's
the
plan.
place. His plans are way greater. Hey, those of y'all that are on Facebook with us, look, we are trying to get our YouTube channel up. So go to YouTube, Marriage, Business, and Ministry. You guys can follow the full episode, meet this great, wonderful couple as we begin to dive into this. Or you can stay right there. And I don't know if you can hear what they're saying, but you'll be able to hear us in our response. And then, but we definitely want you guys to go to our YouTube channel and check us out. All right. So how long have you guys been married?
Like what, 6 months? 4 months.
it's 5 months.
About 5 months now. We got married in November.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, November. Yeah, 5 months. You're right.
5 months. Yeah.
6,
So
yeah.
5 months. It was a short engagement, and till we got married, from when we met. Like I spoke with you before, we got engaged after 6 months of meeting, and then married 10 months in. So God could have kind of put a rush on it.
Wait a minute, was it God or the flesh? Which one was it?
No, it was
That's a
God.
good question.
Listen,
I would say it was God, because we always talked a lot about different commonalities, and there was so much going on that we knew this was like the signs from God,
Right.
and other than with prayer also and things of that nature.
Great. My flesh was getting the best of me, Greg. I ain't gonna lie to you. We were, and I wasn't saved yet. So when Tanya and I chose to get married, it was just like you guys. I don't think we dated 6 months, really dated 6 months before. I already knew my entire staff and my team, if you heard my story before, already knew as soon as I found her I was going to marry her. I just had to find her, right? I looked for her specifically. And probably we can dive into this because I've said this on many occasions. One of the things that I hate when I went to God asking for her by name is that I didn't ask for the specifics in which I needed from her for me, right? It wouldn't have took that long for me to start liking her if I would have said, well, God, you gave me this beautiful wife, you gave me this humble wife, you gave me this meek wife, timber wife, but I also need this, and this. And because I didn't do that, it became a learning curve. And you being a principal and a teacher and going to school, you already know how them learning curve go. Sometimes this learning ain't we're learning, we're not learning from the way we desire to learn. But it becomes a lesson, but sometimes it becomes a long lesson. And I don't want to take, I don't got forever. And just like you, man, I proposed to her. I used to work for McDonald's. I had my whole entire team surround my office. And I said, well, one of my employees said, man, you got her, man. She coming to see you. When you going to do what you said you're going to do? I had no ring. I was broke. I was father of 2 kids. I was a single father of 2 children. I was trying to have live, have a house. I couldn't afford. Our first wedding ring, Greg. You might not remember. You might not. $15 for.
Hey, hey,
It's
hey,
called Cracker Jack box.
hey, but she said yes, and look how long it lasts. See, because people
She
be
said
going
yes.
broke, and
Oh yeah, the wedding type.
yeah, people be going broke, and then they be divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right.
So
That
Hey,
part.
we
They
almost
focus
went down
on
that
the
road twice.
wedding day and not the actual marriage. I think that's the issue.
yeah,
Right.
I agree.
That's a good.
I agree. I
That's
definitely
it.
agree with you.
That's
All right, let me
it.
give you some water, man. We're going to dive into the first question.
So
Yeah.
love made me like my spouse. The first
Yeah.
question being, what does it mean to love your spouse into liking you?
you want to go for it?
Yeah, I'll let you take that one.
Well, for me, we talked about it a little bit, but for me, it's like love covers all, right? So it's gonna be a lot of times when and especially with, like you said, a learning curve. We still learn each other, even though
Correct.
it's been a little bit of time. You still have to go through these seasons where finances might get hard. You might not agree on this, or you might not agree on that, or where you're gonna move. Or it's a lot that you still got to learn each other from. So if I know that I love you and I'm coming from that place, then I'm not gonna always like you. We're gonna argue, and that's okay. And that's what you have to get to the point of, like, I love you, and that's gonna cover everything else. We're gonna argue, and I ain't gonna like you in this moment, but I still love you. And once you know that I still love you, you know that my intentions are always gonna be that of love versus I'm trying to be spiteful and do little stuff like, what I mean, to break us up. And when we argue or whatever, we can argue, go in the other room, and we got a little space here, so you can go in your room, whatever. We still gonna be married. I'm still gonna love you. I'm still gonna bring you your plate, or whatever the case may be. Make sure you eat and make sure you straight. But I'm not gonna always like you. So that, I think that love for me covers, engulfs everything. You know what I'm saying? I might not. She might do some stuff I don't like. I might snore or two, whatever, sometimes, and then she get irritated. But we're not gonna like everything about it, because no one's perfect. So I can't like every single thing about you. You're gonna irk me, or I'm gonna irk you. But I love you. I'm loving you through that. So
He's just upset because I'm right all the time. So the reason he doesn't like me
Most,
because
most of y'all women are right all the time. That'd be the problem.
gotta let them be right.
That's how you doing, man.
No, I think you nailed it. Yeah, you pretty much said the same thing
Yeah.
that I was thinking. Yeah, on that.
That's
Oh, okay.
that's good that y'all still in a phase where love is unconditional.
Yeah.
Love is still unconditional. There's no strings attached to what you do. Sometimes when you're married for a long time or a short time, 3, 4, 5 years, people get
Hey
petty.
guys, make sure y'all follow us.
And when there's disagreement,
We got our YouTube
their
channel.
actions, their words are not said in love. It's not said in light either, which drives a bigger wedge. So that's awesome that y'all, the love that y'all can have right now is unconditional, and you can just keep that.
Go ahead. I think that was one of the things that we kind of talked about, just having like them deep conversations in the beginning. Kind of like what we expect. Because I remember, like, we had an incident where she wasn't wrong, but I didn't like how I felt in the incident. So I kept telling you, you're right, but it made me feel like this. So it wasn't about a right or wrong thing in that moment. It was just about how you made me feel. So if my feelings are valid to you, if you care about my feelings, then it's not about saying you're wrong. It's just about saying, hey, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. So we have to learn how to, learn how to have a disagreement without it being a blow up or argument. It's just saying, hey, you don't have to say you're wrong, because I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just saying I didn't like how I felt. So
Correct.
if you value my feelings, then, let's try to approach it from this angle or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So some of these conversations a lot of people don't have in the beginning, so it starts to fester,
Correct.
and I'm not speaking up, or I begin to hide my feelings or not tell you, now I'm mad at you for longer than it should have been, you know.
But also, I think what helps me, and I always tell even my staff, so it's in any form of a relationship, whether it's friendship, a staff relationship, a spouse relationship. Like, what if something were to happen to that person within that next hour? I've had people that have come to my house and like hours later they're gone. Something happens to them, right? And you can't take back whatever was said or whatever. So that helps me to put it in a different perspective when it comes to disagreements. It's like, is it really that big? Like I tell my staff sometimes too, how big really is this problem? Is it that serious? Is it something where we can reconvene later and, you know, come back together when we're more calm to talk about a situation? Same thing, I think, in a marriage. And it's like, if something were to happen to him tomorrow, it's like, was that little petty argument really that big of an issue, or can you let it go? So that helps me too.
That's great.
That's good.
So my question for you guys is really simple one, especially early stages of marriage. Have you guys taken the time? It sounds like you guys are pressing towards it, but have you guys taken the time to learn how to give and receive each other's messages? I'm not talking text message. I'm talking conversation. Because I had to learn with my wife, when I'm delivering a message or delivering my words, it's not the old saying, it's not what you say, how you say, right? But it's also how my tone is. But I also have to take time to have a relationship enough with her to be able to sit down and say, well, sweetheart, this is how I talk. Let's break down your receptiveness of this so I know how to deliver this message. Also, when I deliver this message, I need for you to reciprocate the message so I can receive it. Even if you don't like or even if you dislike what I'm saying, I still want you to be able to deliver the message to me so I can get a better understanding and not take it out of context. Because a lot of times what happens in marriage, we deliver a message. I can say, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Or I can say, hey, baby, what's up? And I'm saying the same thing, but is she receiving what I'm saying, how I'm trying to deliver the message? And then when she responds back, either because Greg, you've been knowing her a long time. You know how quiet she is, right? She's been quiet a long time, man. And then so the silent treatment sometimes comes two different ways. Either she didn't hear me or she don't want to respond to me because of how I delivered the message. So a lot of times what I have learned when I'm speaking to other couples and everything is, in order for me to like you, I have to take time out of my day and learn how to communicate and what communication to you, my spouse, looks like, and be able to say, well, baby, I need this in your receptiveness, so we're both on the same page. And I can understand, okay, you're being angry with me, or you just responded to what I'm saying and not take it out of context. Because I used to say, sweetheart, what's wrong with you? What you mean, what's wrong with me? So, and in reality, I'm saying, are you okay for the day? I mean, you okay?
Yeah.
But she's hearing, what's wrong with you? You got something good. You know what I'm saying? She's hearing that, and her tone back to me puts me back on defense, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna lash right back. The gorilla in me gonna come out.
Match your energy. Match each
I'm
other's
gonna match the energy when just like what you were saying earlier, it's undeserving, and then it causes friction in the marriage where I don't want to talk to you. I don't like talking to you. I don't like communicating to you. I don't like praying. What we praying about? We can't even talk right now. But we studying the scripture, but we can't even talk right now. We can't even be in a general basic conversation. So my question to you guys: have y'all taken the time? I know that was a long way around. Have y'all taken the time to really learn the reception, the delivery and the reception of each other's the messages, deliverance to each other?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
Bible
brother?
studies. We have Bible studies every night with each other, like couples Bible studies, which it really does help to bring that up. Like if any questions come up, and I remember when Greg was telling me, like, when we're communicating with each other on that topic, it's like we're listening, obviously not to hurry up and respond, but we're actually active listening. So I learned that too in life coaching. So when you're doing that, you're not necessarily trying to just respond and give the answer what you think the other person should be doing. It's like, no, you're keeping quiet. You're actually listening. And like you mentioned, repeating back sometimes, if it's going to take that to show them, no, they actually were listening to me, like, help me understand, did you just say this, this, and this? How did that make you feel? And I honestly think like having Bible studies and then praying with each other every night, and then in the mornings before we leave, that helps a lot to like open up that conversation if we don't like how something went down. But you're really good at saying it in the moment, like if something's going on. So
for me, it's like I think just the more you get to know somebody, you kind of know their temperament. So I know when to leave her alone or when to like push. But like I said before, I had to get to a point where, because I used to like shut down, right? So if I didn't tell you how I felt about it, then I would start to shut down, and then I don't want to talk about it no more. Then I hold a grudge. So I used to be like that, you know, in my earlier days. So now I just learned to like express myself and tell you. I don't have to be mean about it. I can just say, hey, I didn't like how this made me feel, or X, Y, and Z. So it's easier to talk that way. Or if I know you're getting snappy, I'll be like, hey, I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying X, Y, and Z, because a lot of times, especially when we just talked about it the other day, when you're like text messaging.
yeah.
If we just finish arguing and I text you something, you still reading it in the argument text, and I can be being nice, like what you want for dinner, I'm gonna get you whatever, and you just think I'm being slick. So now your whole, you know, your response is gonna be different. So I told her, if we're gonna talk about something big or important, and we know it might be some friction, we need to talk in person. So now you can see that I'm not being mad, I'm not being facetious, I'm not trying to be slick. You can see that I'm coming to you humbly and saying, hey, I just want to make sure we're on a good page and this, and that. So some conversations you have to have in person, because if you don't, it's going to be taken the wrong way. Like you said, that tone is important. So, you know, sometimes, hey, let's wait till we calm down, then we can talk about it later, because we getting too hot. I'll give you an example. I was cooking something. Mind you, I'm cooking for her. So then we talk about something. I was being loud or something, and she told me to be quiet or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. You know, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not saying nothing else to you. You know? But she can tell my demeanor was off, and then she came and apologized. I still brought her plate and everything, but I wasn't gonna say nothing else. You want me to be quiet? That's what it is. But in that instance, she can tell that I'm a little bothered or whatever the case may be, and she apologized. And then, you know, after a while, we got back on the same page. But like stuff like that, we're still learning each other.
Correct.
So it's different ways, because I didn't think what she was doing was I had to be silent to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was interrupting her. So it's just learning each other and being okay with disagreeing. Because some people don't want to disagree because that means the end all be all. It's like, okay, we disagree. You're still my wife. I still love you. Let's back to normal.
Right.
I don't have a problem disagreeing at all. Zero problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a single problem. That's good, man. That's good, man. I had to really learn. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It took me years, 10, 11 years to really compact my aggression, my communicational skills, how to make sure I'm delivering the message. So God gave me this revelation. When I talked to you about this, we had to be in year number 19 of being married. 19, and we've been married only 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So year number 19, maybe year number 20 is when God gave me the revelation. What's up, niece? How you doing? Hey, listen, please make sure y'all following us on YouTube. We're trying something different, trying to get the YouTube channel up, right? Come and see this beautiful family. I know y'all can't see them, but go on YouTube and see this beautiful family, this husband and wife out of Tucson, Arizona, as we're talking about love made me like my spouse. Okay, what did I just say? What did I just say, Greg?
It took you 19. You were on your 19, 20 years. I got you.
Yeah, it took me 19 or 20 years to really start honing in on how text message, bro. I learned a long time ago. Text message ain't the way to go. Because of this, I did not learn her language of communication. So every time I said something, she only understood the aggressive side of me. She didn't get the humble side of me. She didn't get the loving side of me. She read it like I presented myself. You when you first saw me, what did you think? Do you think I was some big mean?
Yeah,
Most people thought that, right? My come off was aggressive. My back then I had the muscles and all that stuff back then. So I was really aggressive, and I had to learn that my wife does not need my aggression. My wife needs my wife needs my love. I can't talk to her like I would talk to you or any of the other guys out there. I can't bring that to the table. So it took me a long time. But here's one thing that I learned is no one taught me what that looked like. I started looking at the Cosby Show. I had to go back to look at how Cliff was talking to his wife, and how he was talking to Claire, to learn how, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. Because no man, I've said this before, no man took me under their wing and taught me how to be a husband. Nobody taught me how to be a father. Nobody taught me how to be what she needed. It was a trial and error. And I used to say all the time, I turned a good girl bad because I wanted to still be me and not give her what she needed from me. So, which was a breakdown in communication. I couldn't get nothing out of it. When I started talking, man, she would turn her head and look out the window. Because her aggression couldn't match my aggression. So it wanted to turn into a fight.
I think she's getting a better version of me because this is my second marriage, like we talked about before. So and that's just like parenting. Like you learn from your mistakes. Like even having a parent, if like per se my dad wasn't at none of my games, so in turn I'm at all of my kids' everything, cheerleading, football, whatever they want to do, I'm there at everything because that's what I remember. So in my first marriage, like I was telling you, I would break down and like not say nothing. Now I'm mad and be like, oh, you gonna need me before I need you, so I ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna have to come talk to me. It's that type of attitude. So then I used to hold stuff in. So then I began to start to resent. So you have a resentment issue, right? Because now it's like y'all are being petty and going tit for tat. So when I met her, learning the communication thing was important. So I'm telling you, hey, I'm telling you how I feel, so I don't get mad at you later. I'm gonna bring it up now while we're talking about it. I'm not gonna do it in a demeaning manner or being angry or mean or yell. I'm just gonna say, hey, I didn't like this, and then we can go from there. Because if I hold it, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna stop telling you how I feel. If I feel like you're not listening or I'm not being heard, and it's not a safe place. That's the main thing we wanted to talk about in the beginning was, if I'm telling you how I feel and you make me feel weak or make me feel like I'm not valid, I'm not telling you no more. So then it's not a safe place no more. So now I'm not bringing up my feelings no more. So then it's going to become a problem. But if I give it to you and you receive it with love and, reassurance, then we can keep continuing down that road. And that's the same way with her. So everything she said to me, I can't be mad and whatever and try to win. It's just like, okay, let me hear what she's saying. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. So it's that type of, we learn from our mistakes.
That's good.
I had to learn how to ask Tanya, what do you hear me saying? Right. So I can fix what I was breaking. I was breaking, just like what you were saying, I was breaking her down, making her shut down from me.
Yeah.
But I had to realize, let me hear from her on what I need to say and how I need to say this stuff, so she can start loving me, start back liking me. Let's get that part right. So she can start back liking me, so I can get back to the love part. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah,
I think it's very important too, because you don't want the enemy to come into the relationship, because once, if my spouse shuts down or if I shut down, that's an opening for someone else to be a listening ear, right? And so I feel like that's important as well, to make sure first you're filled with the love of Christ, where you have discernment to know, like, hey, I need to change something, to where my spouse doesn't want to venture off and start, maybe someone else might be a listening ear because you're stubborn or whatever the case may be. I think that's really important, and just like you, keeping that open communication with your partner. So
that's great. That's great.
Communication is key.
It's key.
It is key in every situation that you have in your marriage and in every relationship. The breakdown of communication can take light out of the relationship,
Yeah.
and just pure do not like. But to rekindle the relationship and bring the love back, the friendship, the enjoyment back in, proper communication is key. Which leads us to the next question. Uh, how do you deal with unlikable qualities in your spouse? How do you
Unlikable.
deal with unlikable qualities? I mean, you still love
I
them,
think,
but those
yeah,
qualities,
I
like
think.
Look, y'all lovebirds right now. Y'all might not have none yet.
Well, no. I have. There are some unlikable stuff I don't like that he does sometimes, but I have to realize that we're only human, and Kenya is not perfect either. So that's another thing. I think we have to humble ourselves. Like you're not all that, so you do stuff too that he probably cannot stand. So it's kind of for me. It starts with just being humble and knowing like you're not perfect. You're gonna make mistakes. Like if you think you're perfect, you've already lost the battle. That's how I see it. It's like we're not perfect,
I mean,
and he's gonna make more mistakes, and it's okay. Just kidding.
nah. I mean, for me, I think like I don't know because it's not a lot. So for me,
Yeah.
it's not a lot of stuff because we are similar, but that goes back to when you first get to know somebody. So if you're really trying to get to know somebody, you get a lot of them things out the way of like little quirks that might bother you, or just really like overlooking stuff that is not a big deal. So for her, it's not a lot. Like I can't even really think of too much stuff, but it's I think it's how we work through it, and we're similar in that manner because I believe that you want to try your best to try to marry your best friend, a person that could be your best friend, right?
I agree.
So like if we like doing some of the same stuff, and some stuff she might want to go try, but like let's try it. It's not about always what I want to do and always what she want to do. Be open to try what that other person wants to do, and you might like it. I'm down here playing pickleball and tennis and stuff like that because she wanted to try it.
That's one.
But it's like the older you get, you start to think about the little stuff and just enjoying family and stuff like that. So we put cornhole in the backyard and we go out there, or video games together, or just stuff because we was watching a little thing on YouTube where they were saying like my wife is my best friend, right? It should be that way. Like, yeah, you're gonna have guys, and I'm not gonna take her on the court and try to score 20 points on the basketball court on her, like, you know what I'm saying? But she might come watch some of my games. I might go somewhere with her, and this, and that, and we begin to have a bond like a friendship. So we
Mhm.
can laugh and joke. We crack jokes on each other all the time, or different things like that. And that I think that helps because it's like if you like being around your wife, then it's easier to like her more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
like a more, yes.
I know.
I love that. Having grace within your relationship is very key. That's another key thing that we need to have. How we can how we extend the love that we want to receive.
Mm-hmm.
How you show that you want to be loved, or how you show that you want to be a friend and have it received is jackpot.
Yeah.
It's jackpot. So you can't be friend if you cannot be friendly. It's hard to be friendly and not have a friend.
Yeah.
Did that come out right? It's hard to be friendly.
No, I
and
know
not
what you're saying.
have a friend. You have to have be friendly to have a friend, or be lovable to be loved. You have anything?
Hey, that was good, man.
I mean, it's I think it's one of them things that at our age, it's like we don't need each other, right? But we want each other because
Yeah.
I was I had a house and
That
stuff on
part.
my own. She had her stuff on her own, so we didn't need each other. Like it was like a thing that we have to be together to pay the rent. Like
Yeah.
you was doing your thing, I was doing my thing. So when we came together, it's because we want to be together, and just trying to keep that at the forefront of your mind. You want to be with this person, and God has blessed you to be with this person, so treat it accordingly.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the things But we struggle with this. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, I'm always an honest guy. As you guys watch and learn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With us, see us on these platforms. I'm always going to be honest. My wife can tell you to this day, 25 years, I've never told her one lie. I've always been up front. She may not have liked everything but I've always been up front. And I always used to say, this is one of the problems I used to have, Greg, and you guys are doing it. And I'm jealous. I'm not even joking. I'm being jealous. I'm really jealous. I used to beg my wife, let's pray together. Let's study the word together. Because I felt like we was going into the pastoral role, and I wanted to bring her along in the direction in which we wanted to go. My light became, I don't want to do it with you. But why am I doing it by myself if you're my spouse? I had to take a step back, really take a step back and be like, have I done that much where she don't want to do anything with me? And do I need to go, and just like you said, sis, do I need to go find somebody else that will take the weight off of what she don't want to do while still being with the woman I love, right? So I battled with that thing for a number of years until I came to the realization is I'm getting too old. I really got what I want. I really got what I asked for. Let me just put these concrete in these shoes and stay firm fit on focus on her and try to love her into liking the things that I like. Let's study. That meant so much to me, especially when we first met. I was really trying to learn. I was very, very green in learning how to be a minister, very green in learning how to preach, very green on learning how to be a Christian. And I wanted to take this journey with my wife, but because of the damage that I did early in our marriage, it took her a while to jump on the bandwagon of let me be his friend. Let me finally do some of the things he wanted to do because I had damaged her. My words had damaged her. My actions had damaged her. My misunderstandings had damaged her. And she had shut down, just like you said, shut down, resentment build up. And when I wanted to get out of her what I needed, I couldn't get anything. The tank was on empty. And I was trying my hardest to cipher out of something else into put back into her so I can fill her up with as much of me and my honesty that I could. And it was rough. It was a rough one, man. It was a rough one, yeah. So I think the path that you guys are on, studying, doing all that stuff together now is going to be major for your ladder because it sets the tone for life. You guys, I mean, look at all the time you guys are together. It's not even, the intimacy of this is not what happens in the bedroom, but it's happening when I wake up in the morning, I look at her, I say, man, I value you enough to let me hold your hand and let's go into prayer. Let's me and you both, I'm the headship, but let me and you both stand before the grace of God, let's stand before the throne of God, and then let's usher in the words of affirmation. God, we need you. God, we're here standing together side by side in unity as husband and wife, and we're studying your word. Give us both. Don't just give me the head, the husband revelation. Give us both because we are one. Give us the revelation that's going to take us to the next level and be able to see your direction and not just him. Because sometimes in your life, you're not going to always want to follow his lead because you're not going to like his direction. But if you guys are doing it together with what y'all are doing right now, it's just there's not a platform you guys can't conquer. There's not a demon that comes into you can't conquer because y'all have set the atmosphere already by doing it together. And you guys are learning to love and like at the same time. And you're not having to battle between the two. It's like your mind and your heart. You know, if they not in sync, they constantly fight each other. Yeah. My heart stands firm, but my mind is quick to change if something else comes up that'll make my mind change. And it'll cause you, man, she took her shoe off today and one of her toenails was chipped off. I hate that. I want all 10 of her toes polished correct. You know what I'm saying? Foolish stuff like that can turn into, man, I don't like her. Man, every time you come to the room, keep your socks on.
Keep your socks on.
Because I don't want that one thing that irks me I want to be able to. I don't want to see it all the time. I want if you cover it up, I can live with it. But if I have to see it, it's hard for me to deal with it. And I can't love you because I'm seeing what I don't like.
Yeah, I think because she always used the word hyper focus. So when you hyper focus on one thing, then you be so like stressed out about that one thing. And like
Yeah,
you said, if I don't like something about you, but I love a lot of other stuff, then I'm gonna focus on the
Yeah.
greater. Like you always gonna focus on the greater. So it's for me is I try not to get wrapped up in like little stuff. It's like, all right, well you mad, whatever. What we eating for dinner? Like just because it's like, um, but like I think that we learned a lot, and I think that's why our journey went faster because she's had past relationships and she learned from, and I've had a past marriage that I've learned a lot from in kind of having to look at myself. Okay, where did I go wrong? What did I do? What could I have did better as far as even with being a parent? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if I can remove myself and say I wasn't perfect in the situation, how can I come into this one and be better, right?
right.
So now I have a second chance. God giving you a second chance at marriage. What you gonna do with it, right? So
Right.
now I'm trying to anything that I feel like needs to be worked out, I'm gonna try to work it out ahead of time. Or hey, I didn't like this, or but I'm presenting it in a way that you can receive it versus me just jumping down your throat. So we don't really have like yelling matches like that, because it's like I'm trying to come at you and let you know I'm not disrespecting you, so don't disrespect me. And I think when you set the tone of that, I think it's like it's easier to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yes.
That's good, man. Yeah. That's a good one, Greg, man. You gave me another check mark on that one.
Yeah.
That's a good grade, man. You back the B plus right now, Greg. You're doing good.
Yeah.
That's great, man. What you got?
Next question that we have is the importance of showing love when it isn't deserved. When it isn't deserved.
Isn't deserved.
The
I think,
importance of
well, when you
showing
have
love.
the foundation of Christ, He loved us and we don't deserve it. And I think if you
Right.
use Him as your foundation and you use Him as your guide and you pray on it to be the best advocate for Christ that you can be, then that won't even be an issue. I think that's our problem as humans. We don't take the time to stop, like read the room, and then also think like what, like I know it's cliche, but what would Jesus do? Like if Jesus was standing in here right now, would he like what you're doing? And so sometimes that helps me with that.
And she said that except in the morning, she be grumpy.
I am.
So don't bother
I'm
her in the
not a
morning.
dope, but he learned. He learned like me to read the room. So like
Yeah.
when we get off of work, we know like what our job roles are. So it's like we give each other a kiss, we greet each other, and then sometimes it's like okay, let's give each other our space.
Yeah.
Or if you're good at asking me like how's your mental, so that
Yes.
helps too. To where ask questions. A closed mouth don't get fed. So
I mean, and like you said, in that same tone, I think she always deserved love. The liking part she don't always deserve, but she always deserves love. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, how do you handle that because it's like okay, I feel like I try to get over it fast, right? So anything that we might have had a miscommunication on or a disagreement on, I be like, well, I chose to marry this person. So I always try to remember that kind of thing. Like we chose to marry each other. We chose to like we didn't have to. So it wasn't forced. It wasn't like a planned marriage. So if I chose you, and that's the thing that we were talking about the other day, marriage is choosing a person every single day whether I'm mad or not, I'm still choosing to be married. Like y'all said, y'all didn't, were arguing, but y'all still was married. You know what I'm saying? So you choose to be with that person. So now I'm choosing to not stay mad because it's like I don't want, like what I'm saying. Who wants to really walk around? It takes more energy to avoid a person and not say nothing than to just talk normal like we always do. And for me, I don't know about y'all, but if I go to work and we didn't argue, I can't really work. I'm gonna be sitting there doing everything except work because I'm just messed up. I don't like arguing like where we just not on the same page. So now I don't want to work. I'm probably not doing nothing, not doing that, not being productive until we make up. Now I can go back to my regular schedule because men are habits of creatures of habit. So it's like if normally we fine, when we ain't fine, I'm not, something's off. So I have to get back on track to what feels normal to me. So I try not to stay mad long, like I'll go in there and give her a kiss while she's working on her, in her office or something, just because,
Man, Greg, that's good, man. That's real good, man. That sounds like 4 months. That's real good, man.
yeah.
That's excellent, but that's an excellent approach early because a lot of times, man, you heard me say 19 years for me, and I can guarantee you set 10 husbands in the room right now, especially even us on our second marriage, because me and my wife we're both each other's second spouse. Even coming in with that, I still had a mindset of what I came out of, and trying to balance I don't want to do this in this relationship with trying to also balance, let me learn her so I don't have to feel like what you were saying a certain way when I'm not getting from her what I feel like I need to get, because there's lack of communication, lack of desire, lack of wanting to be compared. You compare, I'm not comparing you to nothing. I just want to have conversations, and I'm trying to explain to you from you what I learned that I like. Because I can tell you what I didn't like, but if I'm trying to explain to you what I like, don't take what I like from my first marriage, what I learned to like, and turn it into a compare. I'm not trying to compare you guys, but I don't want you to have to think about what's.
Hey, you said it's not what you said, it's how you said it. So don't bring up the ex-wife when you. I don't even. I'm not bringing it up at all. I'm just gonna tell you what I like. I ain't bringing up who I got it from. You don't need to know all that. I ain't bringing up none of that.
That ain't how.
I need to know.
That ain't how that is. Let me tell you something.
I want to know.
Let me tell you something, sis. Me and you want to say, I don't know why. I knew I liked you when I saw you. I knew I liked you. So what happened, I'm going to give you the story, man. What happened was when we got together, and man, if you guys go back and look at some of the things, you're going to hear me. I'm going to repeat the same thing. When I got with her, my wife, I wanted to empty me out so I can be filled with her, right? So my approach, my intentions were great. Tanya, I did this, and this. This is what I was, because I didn't want us to go home back to where we're from, and somebody walk up and say something, and me not being man enough to say, well, these are the things that I did. These are the relationships, whatever it was. I wanted to be so empty that when Bible study, talking, I can be just filled up with her. But that's not how it was received, right? It was received that, oh, you think I'm supposed to do, oh, this person, oh, I want to be like that. That's not what I said. What I said was, I want to be empty so I can learn how to be filled and love you, because I didn't know. I didn't know her. And even to this day, sometimes, I tell her this all the time, every day I learn something new about her that I didn't know yesterday. I learned something new. And I got that revelation when they said the angels were circling around Christ, and every time they came to his face, they saw something different about him. And I always said I wanted to have something, I wanted to know something different every day when it came to Tanya. I want to learn something every day. But if she's not open to receiving my likes, I also use this analogy. You might like this. I said, how you think I learned how to like hamburgers if I didn't never try it? If I never tried the hamburger, there's no way in the world I liked it. Yeah. So because I like the hamburger, now I can tell you I like it with JK sauce on it, pickles, grilled onions, lettuce, tomato, put me 3 different types of cheese on it with bacon on it. I want it to be on this type of bun. I want the bun toasted. That doesn't mean I'm comparing you. That just simply means I'm giving you me so you can learn me.
Who made the burger though?
See,
listen,
that's what I'm saying. You ain't gotta say.
I want to know.
You ain't gotta say who
Well,
made it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
see, she is like me. I would like, because I want to know homosexual. Because I used to ask this question, not to go in a lot of details, but what was your past relationships like, so I can learn some of these things that I'm seeing, and why you reacted to the way. I don't really want to know whatever it is, but I'm just trying to ask, what is your experience like with this type of conversation? What is your experience like when this happened? You don't have to tell me about. I don't care if you was with 100 men. You
Can I
with me
say
now?
something now?
Go ahead.
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
When we came in, his focus was on the past, more on the past than making new memories.
mm,
When I came into this relationship, I dropped everything. He was asking, I don't know, I don't remember, I don't care to remember, because I'm making my life right now with you. What I did in the past don't even matter. Don't even matter. Let's learn each other right now and move forward. But he was, oh, well, such and such did this. So what?
I like the mayonnaise on the
I don't
hamburger.
care. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if she does it like
Right.
it.
I like the cheese on the burger.
We're moving forward. And if we're gonna build something with us, it doesn't matter what she did.
Greg, I like crispy bacon, not soggy.
hey, it's
No.
one of the things I had to learn is being healed first, right? So a lot of times we're not healed when we get into our next relationship, and then that's when we like, oh, well, this person, and then it becomes a contrast and compare. I noticed that we were healed, so when we do bring up past relationship, we joke about it. It's funny to us. It's not.
He always jokes.
It's not something that's making us mad, because I honestly and truly feel that God brought us together. So
Correct.
anybody before me, we ain't worried about it. Anybody before her, we ain't worried about it. So when we bring it up, it's not in that kind of confrontation or anything like where we're comparing like somebody's better. It's more so just like we might be joking about something, but it because both of us was healed. Coming from a healed place, you can say something about your ex, and it wouldn't bother me because you're my wife now. Or I can say something about my ex, and it wouldn't bother her because you're my wife now. And then like me and my ex, we still have kids together, so we still co-parent, but we get along pretty good. And she just met my wife for the first time like last week, and it was all cool. You know, I didn't know how it was gonna go, but it ended up being cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's because we're in a healed place. When you're in a healed place and you come to these conversations, it's not gonna bother you as much because now I'm not thinking that she wanted somebody other than me or vice versa. So
That's good. Check number 3.
That's good.
I
Gold
like
star.
it. Check number 3.
Gold
We
star.
had an A. Let's do. We had an A-, man. We almost there. I'm gonna agree with you. A-, man. So just like you, in my empty stage, nothing she could have said bothered me because I got what I wanted. That was not, Kevin. I've been with 50 men. Okay, I'm 51.
yeah.
What happens with me as your husband going forward, right? Or I like shredded lettuce and not leaf lettuce on my. I'm just using these analogies. I like shredded lettuce and not leaf lettuce on my. Okay, sweetheart. Then I make sure when I'm fixing your burger, I don't get shredded lettuce. I put leaf lettuce on. Why? Because you learn how to like the difference. I'm not comparing. None of that was a comparison. It was more of a heal, just like what you were saying. I was healed from every past relationship I would because I really could care less, right? But when I came in, and I'm honest when I'm saying I came in the wrong way. I could have came in a different way. My approach, my presentation, my approach, from my perspective, from me, I felt like I was doing it the right way. But sometimes the learning is in the correction. But she never took time to correct. She took time to shut down. There was no correction where I can see, okay, maybe I should have said this. We're talking years later, we finally talked about my approach. Okay, so we're like, now that we're old and we're mature, I understand how you took it. But what would have happened if you would have said it then? And I could have got a better understanding of and not be built up with animosity and not, you don't want to do nothing with me. Kind of, that's what I had for years. And I'm sure she had the same. I'm just speaking from my perspective. I'm sure she had the same thing. And we both had to learn that, man, she actually is a wonderful woman, man. I really like her now. Man. She actually a good girl, Doc. Especially for 25 years, right?
See, I think both of us are overthinkers. So before I even present something, I probably done thought about it a lot of times on how she gonna take it when I say it. So now I'm in there. It's like, you know how you see the typing bubbles when somebody texting you and then it goes away. I'm probably doing that in my mind before I even get to you with what I want to say, because I'm an overthinker and I don't want you to take it the wrong way. So by the time I get to you, I'm already, you gonna respond like this. In my mind, this is how it's gonna go. So we both overthink in how we approach situations. So we don't really have that. But like you said, it helps when you talk about it up front. Like, hey, this is this, but I don't need to. For me, it's like, I don't need to tell you why I like that. This is what I like. I've learned that I like it. And like you said, I'm watching the Cosby Show. I remember Cliff was saying, hey, if somebody bring you a sirloin steak just how you want it, it's the best steak in the world, and they put it on the trash can lid, you ain't gonna eat it, because it's the presentation of it. It could be the best thing in the world, but your presentation gonna mess everything up. So it's like how you approach the person. You have to consider their feelings, and that's what love is, considering that person every single day.
Every day.
But see, you're talking from the stage of age and maturity now. You remember when we first met, we was only, I don't know, we married then. We weren't married long, 3 years, 2-3 years. And I'm still immature. Man, you saw how we were cutting up out there. And I was still, and a lot of people didn't know, man, I was still immature, still trying to learn and still trying to grow up. I didn't grow up in our marriage until I was like 35, 36, when I started seeing life for what it really had to offer. I was lived by the coattail, lived by the moment. I never thought things through. I said what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. Wasn't scared of the repercussion. I would tell the only thing you can do to me, sweetheart, is you can leave. That's the only thing you can do. You can't hurt my feelings. You can't bother me and all that. And it was all wrong. And I was so immature in my approach and all this. But now that I'm at the stage I'm in, I know that I damaged. I know I hurt. I know she carried dislike for me for many years. And to be honest with you, it kind of blows my mind why she still chooses to carry my last name. Not now. I mean, a couple years back, maybe like 6 or 7 years, we kind of got on the same thing. But for her to carry my name for over 20 years when I was being such a jerk, I was being such a fool, I was being so blinded by her not being her friend, not learning how to be her husband, not learning how to be the father she needed for our children. I was there for everybody else, but I wasn't there in the capacity that she needed. And man, for her to carry me for that long and be like, my husband got so much potential that one day he's gonna see it and he's gonna become what I need. And I feel like I'm there. I feel like I done finally.
Hey, that's that old school love right there. That's that old school your grandparents had.
Hey, and she had it too, Doc. She had that old grandma love, man.
Hey, but God know who you needed.
He knew. I needed her, man. I couldn't. Even to this day, man, I know that I can't survive without the gift that God gave me. I had to learn how valuable and precious she is, and how not to miss him. I had to handle her as if I have a ruby in my hand. If I do anything to make that ruby slip, it's going to break, right? Yeah. So I don't want to do anything that would allow that ruby that God has given me to slip out of my hand. I want to cherish it. I want to always be able to look at it. I want to always be able to pull it out the sock drawer, shine it up whenever I need to, because she is that valuable to me. But I also got to be a covering to be able to make sure that I'm not the one doing any damage to her any longer. I've done enough. I've chipped away at the block so much that I don't want to add anything else to make her not like me anymore,
Yeah.
and not even be forced. And sometimes I used to think, man, maybe she's forcing herself to love me because she see in me what I always said that I was going to be for her. And to be forced into loving me is no good either. So just think, to be forced to be loved and not liked at the same time, I'm empty. And she don't have anything to give to me. And I don't have anything. I can't get nothing out of her to fill me up. So we both sitting around here empty.
Yeah.
I'm not liking that she ain't giving, and she ain't liking because she just don't like me.
Just like,
Man, we don't went over our time, man, talking to you, man.
Y'all, it was a pleasure
I
talking
can only
to
do
you.
30 minutes, man. I like you, Greg, man. Man, it's so good
like
to see
you,
you, man.
not like you. Did he get an A plus or he's still at an A minus?
He got the A plus, man.
All right.
A plus, man. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna say this, and I say this with all due respect, man. I love you, man. I do.
Love you
I've
too.
never forgot about you. I even doing I used to see you on Facebook, whatever it was. I would always send a little message, man. You've always been who I see in you right now, man. Such a wonderful man. And sis, I truly believe you got an honest, wholehearted man of God. I've been knowing him. I knew him, and now I know him and seeing his level of maturity, man. I think you got an ace in the hole right there. And he's going to always make sure he keeps that smile on your face. He's a wonderful guy. I always thought you was a wonderful man, man. I really did. It was a pleasure to be in your presence. It was a pleasure to be in your presence.
I appreciate it. No, I mean it's been a mutual respect. Like I said, I've always continued to follow you guys and see your daughter doing her thing, and be like, man, I'm proud of them. They out there doing it. And just seeing that growth, because I remember when she was young. And then to see her doing the thing with the TikToks and running the stores and all of that stuff, I'm like, man, they out there really doing it. So it's been a blessing following y'all journey and seeing everything, from ground zero basically for when you went out there and then started and following all the restaurants and whatnot.
So it started. You remember it started realistically. It started in Tucson when we all got together. Remember, I used to do the cooking thing out there. I used to do the battleground. That battleground, that was all mine. And now we do the food battles. We do all of that. We got the restaurants. I used to work at a restaurant called Rhythms, and Pastor Stevens came to the restaurant and said, "Son, you're going to own a restaurant one day." I didn't fathom it, but it made sense. Cause I used to always cook when we was having our little. Remember, we had the prom thing we did for the youth and all that, and all of us all came together, man. First battleground when we packed the whole what was that church? Ryan's church. What was the church? When we the first.
But I know you're talking about with Randy Winkle.
Randy Winkle, yeah. Remember, all of us packed out that place for the first time. Nobody has seen a youth group doing that outside of what they were doing in Phoenix. Black, Hispanic, whoever. Man, it was like 300, 400 people in there. The pastors came and said, how were y'all able to do this? We all did it together.
Yeah.
We all did it together.
And then we got a podcast on YouTube also, Coexist. It's called Coexist 6268, or you can find our podcast, and we talk about a lot of different topics. You can see how we met and everything on there that we do got a thing that we do all the time too on YouTube.
And a book.
Okay.
Oh, and this, she has a spiritual book for women called Bold also. And that's on Amazon and
Barnes and Noble.
All the book sites, you can find that book on there too. So
okay.
Awesome.
I just wrote my book, my first book. You might like this title, man. It's a good one. Mine is about building businesses. This is a real good one. Hold on to your seat, sis. All right. It's called Sex Talk in the Workplace. Here's what it means right here, right? I only gave it that label. I only gave it that title because I wanted to be like an icebreaker or a catch, right? An attention getter, right? So it talks about SEX, right? Systems, strategies. The E is for eyes. What do I see when I'm building my business? So the system is what do I have in place to make my business operate systematically? Also got the strategies. What are the strategies? How do I sit back and analyze what's the next step for me? What are the strategies of that? E is my eyes. What do I see? If I continue to look at my business, it's going to continue. If it's growing, I'm going to always see something different and how to elevate it. And then the other E is going to be execution. How do I get what I see, the system, the strategies, my vision, and then put it into work? And the X is if I got 10 restaurants that are similar to mine, what is the X factor? What makes me stand out from everybody else? What makes you stand out from everybody else? And then it does a synopsis of all those things together. What is called sex talk in the workplace.
Yeah, I think I seen one of your posts that you had posted that.
Actually, so I got a lot of people come up to me now and they want to sit down and talk business and strategies, and I just bring out the book because they initially it just, especially Christian folk, saved folk, sex. I don't want to talk. Okay, let's open up the book.
It means something. It stands for
let's open up the book and see if you want to talk about sex when you try to grow your business, or you just want to sit back here and talk about, man, I can't get nobody through the door. You want me to help you? Let's talk sex.
I always need help.
Yeah.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us on tonight, talking about love and a like in the relationship. It was an honor for y'all to just take time out to just talk to us.
It was a pleasure.
It was good.
I hope we poured into you as much as y'all poured into us on tonight.
Looking like Kelly Rowlands over there. Hey, listen, man. I love you, brother. I really do, man. Don't you ever forget that, man. The Dooleys love you, man. Sis, Kenya, we love you too. I know we just met you as well.
Yes, but, thanks for having me on.
All right. Family, y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful night. I got to get out of here. We've been working all day.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
We got to fix that. We got to figure out how to fix that so they can see us on or push people to our YouTube.